Honestly, reporting on doll news is like being in any entertainment industry. You literally have to be ready at any given moment because you just don't know what's coming. Literally don't know what's coming. So let's talk about them. Hola, hi fashion doll lovers. My name is Christopher y bienvenidos to Just Christopher TV. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing my thoughts on 3 very specific dolls that have just been released. Now, if you've been following my channel, you should by now know if I get excited about something, I'm going to talk about it. If it doesn't excite me, I'm sorry. There's nothing for me to say. So I'm just not gonna force it. I'm really not. So in today's video, I'm gonna be sharing my thoughts on the 2 newly leaked dolls from Disney Illy Forever. And I'm saying leaked because they're not listed anywhere. But we love a good leak because then we can talk about it before it comes out. And then finally, there is a lot to talk about. The first doll from this year's Integrity Toys online event. The Rayna that is introducing us to the world of Le Sacre Cabaret. No, I said that wrong because it was written in French. Anyways, we're going to get into her at the very end of this video. So we're going to get into Disney Illy Forever first and then into Miss Rayna because there's a lot to cover with her. A lot. Okay. I moved myself to the side. You know how we do now. I try to remember. Okay, so first up, I'm going to talk about Disney Illy Forever's I Love Jessie. Woo, child. That almost sounded like the noise that Jessie does, or the sound effect that she does in the movie. It's been a long time since I've seen Toy Story, so I actually don't remember, but in my gut, it felt right. First of all, I am so excited to see them do something different. I think we have all been really vocal about no more Lilo and Stitch, and I'm glad we're branching out to different things. Now, it's not a Disney princess, how I would have preferred, but I am still happy with this. Here's why. I remember reading something from, I believe, Tom Hanks, confirming that the up-and-coming Toy Story movie is going to be around the character of Jessie. So I Love Jessie coming out makes a lot of sense, especially with the new Toy Story movie coming out and it being around her. It also makes a lot of sense to see the I Love Jessie doll because it's the other female character in Toy Story. They've already recently released the I Love Bo Peep. She was the sleep one, the most recent one that was on the shelves at Target, which I did not buy because I just didn't like the doll, but I definitely wanted the outfit. I'm digressing. Let's come back. Okay. Now, something that we're going to talk about with the next doll, because it's very obvious with the next doll, is it appears the face molds are going through some adjustments. Now, the current Disney Illy Forever molds are different, but they all seem to have the same current trend. Right? Trend would be the right word. Yeah. So here's a collage of the I Love Jessie doll next to the most recent dolls that were released. As you can see, the only difference I'm spotting right now is that the I Love Jessie doll seems to have a shorter neck than the other 2 girls. But so far that like really full, youthful face is still there. The eyes do look a little smaller, but the adjustments here are very subtle. So it does look like the faces are going through a change. I'm not mad at it. It's a subtle change. I just hope we don't go drastic because the dolls are super, super, super cute how they are. I say this all the time. I really do. But if I had space, the Illy girls would have stayed in my life instead of me giving them to my niece. But I don't got space. And I really just prefer the clothing more than the dolls. But they are beautiful dolls. Don't get it twisted. But it wasn't just one Disney Illy Forever doll that leaked, it was 2. So let's get into the second one. Okay, hear me out though. I know I spoke a lot of ish about I Love Lilo and Stitch being done so many times. And I've never discussed Minnie Mouse. And that's because it's Minnie Mouse, okay? Minnie Mouse is an icon. She could be done as many times as possible. And the other thing with Minnie Mouse that we are seeing in this lovely new doll is they really do be stepping it up with the color themes and just the vibe. This Y2K situation is giving. For those integrity toy collectors out there that are watching this video, when I saw this doll, the skirt immediately took me to the Nova that Jessie Ayala did recently this year. That whole like purple vibe she had going on, which was also very Y2K inspired. Thought about this girl. I almost thought about like those items being mixed with these items. Legendary. You hear me? Legendary. So, although I've spoken a lot of ish about Lilo and Stitch being done way too many times, you will not hear me talk ish about Minnie Mouse being done many times, because she's just been done so different every single time. And actually, wait, there's only been 3 of her. This would be the 3rd one, if I'm not mistaken. There's been 2 Mickeys, and this would be the 3rd Minnie. So we're doing okay. Lilo and Stitch had about like 5 or 4. Something crazy like that. But anyways, the other thing that we must talk about with the Minnie Mouse doll is this is really a new face mold. Like, this face is a new face. I've done a collage so you can see it next to the previous ones. We have seemed to, no, what's the word I'm looking for? I mean, I'm just gonna say it. It's like this area has been flushed out a bit. She's not as plumped here. Like, it's very thinned out. She looks a little bit more mature now in this look. And it's not so much the outfit, what I'm saying look. I mean more like the face feels more mature. She feels a little bit more tween. I feel like the previous line of Disney Illy Forever, like the first wave, they felt very like toddler-esque. I shouldn't say toddlers. They were giving, and I would say ages 7 to 10. And now this one is giving ages like 12 to 14. I don't know what you call those groups. Tween is in there somewhere, but I don't know where you age gap the tweens. But yeah, this doll is giving a little bit more mature in the face, but it's still feeling youthful. So if we could stay in this realm, Disney Illy Forever, I would really appreciate it. I don't need you to go more mature. I don't need you to be that girl. The girl that you are is a great girl, and she is appreciated by many. So don't go crazy. Okay, don't go crazy with your looks. Please keep it. Very excited about this. Also, something I didn't mention, the I Love Jessie doll seems to be probably the $19.99 doll. It's giving what I call the basic doll because it doesn't have an extra outfit, while the I Love Minnie is obviously the deluxe doll. This makes me feel like there has to be more dolls coming. I say this because I did just purchase the I Love Belle, and in the back of the I Love Belle, the only other doll there was the I Love Lilo and Stitch. Nothing else was marketed there. When I purchased the I Love Hocus Pocus doll, the only thing marketed there were the I Love Maleficent, I Love The Nightmare Before Christmas, and I Love Lilo and Stitch. So the Minnie, I hope, is creating a new wave. I don't think we'll probably see her till spring. And I'm saying that based on the fact that the I Love Moana came out in June. The photos leaked in June. And she didn't hit the shelves till literally the month of October. Although she was rumored to come out in June. So do not hold your breath thinking these dolls are going to be on the shelf next week. The Illy leaks becoming early. And it's good because it gets me excited. It really does. And then I feel like I'm on a toy hunt. Right now, Disney Illy Forever is the only doll that I'm like hunting on the shelves. So I like that you got me going. But yeah, that is the news we have on the latest Disney Illy Forever. We'll keep our eye out to see what else is coming because I don't think we're stopping here. I'm sure there'll be more. And watch it happen after I upload this video. Ooh, child. That sounded more Western than anything else. That's totally not the theme of the talk. It is time to get into Rayna. As per usual, we're gonna put our stats up here. Oh, darn, I didn't get my paper. Pardon me. You're gonna see a lot of my, I'm just gonna be really close to the camera because I got so excited to talk about her that I didn't pull out my paper. Okay. We're ready. The edition size for this doll is to be determined because she is a made to order. She is expected to ship spring 2026. We are already saying 2026. Woo, child. She is, these are the things you want to know. And I know, like the siren outside, it feels like a high alert. It does. She is priced at $180 for members, plus shipping and handling. And because her release is being done around tariffs, she has a $15 tariff on top of her price and shipping. For non-members, I usually always read this number, but in the back of my mind as a member, I'm like, do these dolls ever make it to the public? I don't know. We're going to find out. For non-members, she is $195. Add the shipping and handling and the additional $15 for the tariff on that doll. The name of this doll is Clairvoyant Rayna Amara. She is the main character. I'm gonna call her the main character because she's the first character in the Le Secret. No, that's not it, right, Christopher? I'm trying real hard with the little French that I think I remember, but it ain't coming out. Anyways, Le Secret Cabaret Collection. I got a little too fast and there were 3 C's there. That was a lot. She is letting us know what the world of Circus Cabaret is for the one-day event coming up soon. Which date I still refuse to say because, well, the world be worlding sometimes. I should have left the paper on this side. I really should have. Anywho. First things first. Can you tell by my smile? Can you tell by the thumbnail? I'm happy. I really am. I'm happy that I like her. I am scared on how I'm going to get her. But you let me worry about that. You don't have to worry about that. I do. I also truly, really enjoy the fact that we have made a diorama for her in a way. Yeah, it is. I mean, listen, fortune tellers are not in bigger spaces than that, honestly, unless if you're going to see them in a room, which usually is a little creepy. So I love that this was incorporated. I love that we are really getting into like the play value of things here and that she's coming with a diorama. Now you have to add that to the price. So when we start breaking down all the items, she's a steal. Do we need to talk about the Jason Wu one in that green dress recently that came out and the price of that doll? I don't think so. Let's not talk about that. We're not going to do it. Anywho. The other thing about this doll that when I saw her, I was just like, oh, she's giving Esmeralda, Hunchback of Notre Dame. And I used to love that doll. I used to love that character because at the time of her release, very few animation characters looked like that. And by that, I mean tanned with dark, wild hair. Wild because she just lived free and it was thick and it was just beautiful. I mean that in the most respectful way because I obviously have wild hair when I let it grow, so don't throw shade. Anywho, I'm trying my best to really cover everything, but she's one of those dolls that just gets me giddy that I almost cannot speak. That's the truth of the matter here. But okay, let's get to the nitty-gritty of just a lot of things that are happening with this doll. First and foremost is yeah, you're not going crazy. You have definitely seen this look before. Literally, you just saw this look maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. Wow. And I have to say something. Presentation and styling goes a long way for me, per se, because I remember looking at this look at the Jamie show and being like, it's cute, but I felt like it was missing something. Now that I'm seeing it in a different color wave and I'm seeing it accessorized differently, it was definitely one of those looks that, although these sleeves are dramatic and it might have a moment, in its white and black palette, it didn't create an impact as well as it does in this palette. Like the deeper tones and the accessories really take it somewhere else. Something else that I really liked about the Rayna styling of this look instead of the Jamie show one was when you take the cape off, That's where I had an issue with the Jamie show. I just felt like the white dress was just way too plain when you took the cape off. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do now? And then she wasn't styled with like a really long, deep necklace to really distract that area the way that Rayna is. So it just left this really like plain blared moment being like, blared moment. This really plain bored moment of like, oh, that's it? That's all I'm looking at when I take off the cape? Unlike Rayna, she has the necklace, but her dress also has pleats. So like the base of the dress has a little bit more going on when you remove this cape than the Jamie show one. So yeah, styling goes a long way, but I would also like to point out how versatile is this look. It was presented in a Wild Hearts cowboy collection, and it is now presented as a fortune teller at a circus. Like, fashion really could tell stories in any way you want it to if you find the right pieces to tell your story. Something else I want to point out while we are here was the fact that this look is straight off a runway. And not straight off because, well, this was from like last fall, but shout out to this Instagram user for their fashion knowledge and history, for getting all of the screenshots and pretty much letting us know the whole look is Chloe. Now, when you look at this and you think of the photos I just showed, the Rayna is more straight off the runway. The boots, the bag, the look is giving more Chloe than the Jamie show one. Where like the Jamie show really kind of just has a dress and a cape. The way that the look was styled wasn't really much the look that it's giving with Integrity Toys. Something else I want to bring up, and this is in shade, I just want you to know the difference in things. The Jamie show outfit cost $225, and that is just the outfit with a pair of shoes and jewelry. The Rayna doll costs $185. I should really say $195. I'm just gonna add the tariffs in there. We just need to talk about the whole price. She costs $195 for the same look and a lot of play accessories. Okay, so what I'm gonna say is this way: with Integrity Toys, you're getting a higher end doll that seems to have a play value intended. Okay, she has props. They want you to play with her. The Jamie show outfit is intended for a doll that really is just intended for show. And as someone who's purchased one item, I don't have a lot of experience with them, but I have one, I can firsthand say that the quality of the Jamie show outfits are to the level of probably something you would get out of a luxury store. So if I'm gonna put them in brands, think of Jamie show as your Givenchy, your Chanel, and think of Integrity Toys as your Coach. No, I feel like Integrity is a little higher than Coach, but right now Coach is what came to my mind. Is that helping the drift here? Like, are we getting the meaning, like, the quality of Integrity Toys isn't bad, and the quality at Jamie show is most likely worth this price. Also, think of the fact that Jamie show makes every item per order, and they don't make as much quantity as Integrity Toys does. So I just wanted to put all the facts out there. I don't want you to be thinking like, but which one's better? There is no better. It always should come down to what makes sense to your collection and what makes sense to your play value. Are you someone who just wants to look, I got a cute outfit and not touch the doll ever again and just take a photo? Then you're more of a Jamie show kind of person. Are you someone that wants to restyle a lot and wants to play with your dolls quite often and give them storylines and props? You are an Integrity Toy kind of person. Okay, so don't think that it was kind of like, which one's better? It's not so much which one's better. It's more of knowing who you are as a collector and which one makes sense for your collection. Okay, now with that being said, I think we should talk about the theme now of this event a little bit more. I was looking at my notes over here because we've gone over my excitement of this doll. We've discussed the fact that we've seen this look before. We have now had some knowledge as to where this look was inspired from and why we're seeing it so much. Actually, no, the why wasn't covered. And that's something that I did mean to say in this video. And I'm obviously not in those rooms, but I'm like, I did say this to someone a while back. People that go to school for fashion usually are kind of privy. Is that the word that I'm looking for? They usually have an upper hand of what the trends are, or like what's coming or what should be next in fashion. Like they used to call it fashion forecasting, because I remember going to school for it briefly. And there's this thing where like it goes around so you can do your collections based on that. So what I'm going to assume is Jessie and the people at Jamie's show are on the same fashion forecast, because this isn't the first time that we've seen a look at Jamie's show and that Jessie has designed. Specifically Jessie, because the Schiaparelli, right? That's the look for the Adele that I'm about to unbox after this video. So I hope you're subscribed, because I do have her. She is here. I'm looking at her. Jamie's show did pretty much the same look off the runway, meaning like they did it in the same color wave as the runway, while Jessie gave us an alternative look, or an alternative version with a different color, and kind of changed some of the design where Jamie's show had a more specific. So they must be on the same fashion forecast is what I'm getting to, because it's not the first time this has happened, and I don't think it's the last. Okay, they do cater to a very specific kind of audience and a very specific kind of collector. So it makes sense, I think, for them to have similar looks. But it would be fun for everyone to kind of have a different thing, right? I don't know where I'm going with that anymore. Let's just move on. Now, for the theme of this one-day online event. This is not a convention. This is a one-day event. Conventions usually mean you have to go somewhere in person, and yeah, you're there for multiple days. Because like, I think of my mother's conventions for like Mary Kay. I think of IT conventions, not Integrity Choice Convention, but like literally like logistic IT people that do things in corporate. I'm gonna stop there. It's not my thing. I'm gonna just stop there. So obviously the theme was announced before the doll was, and I'm sure many of you saw the Instagram stories. All of us were running wild with ideas of what it could be. I per se think that the theme was very specific, because it wasn't just circus, but it was cabaret circus, which is, when you Google, a very specific theme and very kind of, you have to think vintage. You have to really think Britney Spears circus and Christina Aguilera's Back to Basics era, where both of those girls kind of used that cabaret circus. It was more lingerie, it was more skin, it was more 1920s depression vibes in a way. Now the Rayna is our fortune teller. She's seeing into this circus, right? And I think with Rayna's doll, we're getting to now see a bit of the feel of the vibe, which then confirms it really is that kind of circus. When you look at the background, it is that kind of old 1920s tent circus kind of vibe going on. And she's on a platform, like the three rings at the circus. So I think the theme is pretty straightforward. Wow, I just thought about it too. And someone posted on Instagram, so I'm just gonna say it. The Jamie show, when they did the Schiaparelli collection, well, when that Schiaparelli dress at the Jamie show was out, I don't know if this look was there, but they recently also released a look where they had these like high-waisted hat shorts with like a white vest and a penguin tuxedo jacket and a top hat and a cane. She was giving very ringleader, very much like the look Britney Spears had in the Circus music video. So I think that's a character we can expect. Every circus has a ringleader, so I think that's something we'll get. Now, would it be a guy? Would it be a girl? Time will tell. Just remember that for this theme, it is an online event, so you have to think about their previous online events, kind of like the Seven Sins online event. Don't think of the conventions that were online, because they were intended to be online conventions. This is intended to be a one-day event, just launching a lot of dolls. Now, maybe this is becoming a thing because of just the way productions are going. So it just kind of makes sense to kind of bring everyone together on one theme and release a lot of dolls at one time. Or maybe this is just their way of kind of giving that buff of a convention, not convention. You know, I do remember there was that survey going around after convention, like, hey, do you want to go to convention every year or do you want to like skip a year? And the way this economy is going, we might want to skip 2 years for an in-person convention and then like online stuff in between, because yeah. I, for one, am very excited about this theme. I, for one, really think Rayna has launched us into high gear. Now that we've seen a new face, I don't know if we'll see another new face at the event, because events like this usually have like 1 doll per brand, but it's Jessie. So there could be 2 new faces and there could be 2 FRs. I do remember the 2 FRs for the 7 Sins. I do not remember if there was 2 new face. I don't remember. I just remember that Aaron that everyone went crazy for was from that event. So every event has that one girl that everybody goes crazy for. So yeah, I am excited. I am scared for other reasons, not the dolls, but yeah, we're just gonna put it there. And that feels lackluster to finish this video here, but that's kind of just all I have to say, because we have to wait for the event. You know, I'm in love with this Rayna, so that's all I got. I just love her. I really putting it out there. When I get her and when we do this unboxing, I'm probably not gonna have a lot of words to say. Just putting it out there, because one way or another, I'm gonna have her. You know, that was not the song I was originally thinking about. Don't come for me, YouTube. I didn't sing the whole song. Earlier, when I was thinking of this doll, I kept on being like, somehow, some way, she'll be a part of my world. That is not how I was singing that song earlier, but whatever. Can't copyright me for that. Oh, child, I should go now. I really should, because now I'm rambling and it's not making any sense. So let me know in the comments down below what you thought of these dolls that are coming out. What are you excited for? What do you hope to see at this event? Hope is a strong word, because we should not put our hopes up with anything. And as mentioned, Adele is here. She should be coming shortly to the channel, as well as Auden. Both dolls are here. Both dolls are still in their shipper boxes, and those videos will be coming up shortly. So I hope you're subscribed, and if you're not, take a moment to do that right now. Till next time, adios.